It's an election that could shift the balance of power inside Austin City Hall. Early voting for the runoff election between current City Council member Randi Shade and her opponent Kathie Tovo starts today. It runs through June 14th. Now, Shade is facing an uphill battle to keep her job because if you remember in the general election, Shade received 33% of the vote, while Tovo almost avoided a runoff election by getting 46% of the vote. KXAN City reporter Reagan Hackelman is live from downtown Austin with more on why this election is so important. Reagan?
Well, Leslie, there are a lot of people trying to get people to go to the polls and vote during this election. We're here outside of a bar on West 6th Street. Now, I've been covering politics here in town, city elections, for about 6 years. And this is the first time that I have seen a group of bars that have collectively come together trying to get people to vote for one of the candidates.
This is a race between two people with very different views about how the city moves forward.
Austin City Council member Randi Shade says there are two major things that separate her and her opponent, Kathie Tovo: public safety and the future of Austin's water supply.
I'm in favor of increasing support for public safety. My opponent's in favor of decreasing. I'm in favor of moving forward with a very important water treatment facility. It's the first one the city's built in 40 years.
She has focused her runoff campaign really on misrepresenting my position.
Tovo says she does not support decreasing the amount of police, fire, and EMS on the streets of Austin. And while she would not have voted for the $500 million water treatment plant number 4, she understands construction is already underway.
We do need to look at ways to cut costs or to economize on that project.
Tovo says instead of focusing her campaign on fighting misinformation, she would like to focus on issues that she says are important to many in Austin.
Many Austinites are struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living here in Austin, rising utility rates, rising water rates, and we need a council member who's going to keep that as a priority.
Shade, on the other hand, says this election is much more than just a vote for a person. It's a vote that could change the way Austin handles its growth.
It's about the people in this community who care about being prepared for the future versus turning back the clock and expecting that we're not going to grow and change.
Now, with this election, the balance of power inside City Hall could change. Basically, Shade is part of a majority at City Hall. If she loses, that means that majority would more than likely no longer have the votes they need on major issues. Reporting live from downtown Austin, Reagan Hackelman, KXAN Austin News.